Hello, guys. Welcome to Res After TV, the channel that discusses LGBTQ key issues with an LGBTQ perspective and a humanistic approach. And today, we are going to spell the word world. Can we spell world? Let's spell the word world again. W double Q I double A P. Congratulations, you have got it correct. That is the word world. It is Lgbtqqiaap. Now, I call that linguistic union or linguistic definition or interconnected definition of a word, whereby one word means another word because of their similarities. For example, to spell the word Torah, that's the linguistic, that's the spelling, that's the linguistic, that's the spelling, the syntactical or spelling wise way of spelling the word tourism. But the interpretive definition or conceptual definition of the word tourism is foreign exchange. Why? When you see a tourist in a country, that is foreign exchange in a country. A country that has high tourism numbers has high foreign exchange numbers. So concepts that are directly proportional to each other are united. So if there is high crime because of high poverty, then the conceptual definition of crime is poverty. I'm just giving, that's why I'm saying it's conceptual definition. And it is different. Conceptual definition. Now, back to the video. We have spelled the word world as Lgbtqqiaap. Why? Because when you look at humanity that lives in the world, what is the world? The world is humanity on planet Earth. All humans, every human that has existed in the world has belonged to and belongs to each and every sexual identity mentioned in that list. There is no human who does not belong to a sexual identity mentioned in the list LGBTQQIAAP. So when you see people on the street walking, talking, sitting together, they belong to one of those sexual identities. You go to a workplace and you hold people working, writing. Some people are wearing long dresses, others are wearing tight trousers, others are wearing mini skirts, others are wearing earrings, others are wearing hats. Everyone is wearing different things, different colors. But in all of those differences, they also have different identities, sexual identities. Some are lesbians, some are bisexuals, some are gay, some are transgender, some are intersex, some are questioning, some are queer, some are asexual, some are allies, some are pansexual. That is the spelling of the word world. So when you go to the office, or you go to the shop, or you go to the street, you're always seeing the world. You're just seeing humans, human beings. And all of these human beings have a sexual identity. Now, what happened in India was very important, the decriminalization of gay sex, because it affects all Indians, all Indians, whether rich or poor, black or white, educated or uneducated, because all humans have a sexual identity, irrespective of who you are, whether you're disabled or able. There are blind people who are gay. There are deaf people who are bisexual. There are disabled people, paralytics, who are asexual. There are people who are mentally deranged and they're lesbians. Yes. You see, LGBTQIAAP has changed, as I've said in the other video, has changed science. This is a concept, it's first of all ancient. It has always been there. But today, in the 21st century, it has been brought to light. We are now enlightened. We now understand that sexual diversity is factual. Why? Because you can do scientific research on sexual identity. It's very important to do scientific research. What is science? Science is truth. Science is truth. You see? So when you research, when you do a scientific research, you're actually researching into truth. You're searching the truth of something. That's why you don't play around with scientific data that has been put about, especially on sexuality. You don't play. It has been done. It has been done. But you see, because most human beings are not scientific in thinking, because science is very hard and it's complicated. You know, it's very long and winding. So it takes somebody who really can sit down and sacrifice time to study and understand the science. So because of that, humans make errors. Just imagine if you are financially ignorant or financially illiterate. Are you ever going to make a financially literate decision? You won't. You see, you don't even know what is investing. You don't even know what is foreign exchange trade. So, what you don't know, you will never use. I always tell people, say what you know. Don't say what you don't know. You know, it's like taking someone to court and then the person, you ask them, did you see this person do this and this? And then you say yes. And in actual sense, you did see that person. You see, that's a crime. In law, you've committed perjury. And it's a crime, very bad offense, because you are not there, but you are claiming you were there. You see? Why? The person who witnesses should know and know what happened. That's why ancient law was very organized, because they never allowed truth to be established by one witness. If there was one witness, there was no truth. In ancient law, said where the two witnesses, a word is established, meaning truth is established where there are two witnesses. If somebody says, I saw this guy pick an apple, then you put that man aside, then you bring another witness, and this witness says, I saw that same guy. Is this the one you saw? Yes, I saw him also pick an apple. The moment that number has hit 2, truth has been established. But if only one person says, I saw this guy pick an apple, and nobody else comes to say it, The guy is not obliged. In ancient law, these days you are obliged. You can plead guilty or plead not guilty. But in ancient law, the committant, the guy who committed the offense or is accused of committing it, never said a word. They had to have two witnesses to see that this thing happened. And that's how they did. That was the law of evidence, ancient law of evidence. And evidence is science, it is truth. That's what evidence is. When somebody says, give us evidence, tell us the truth, that is all. If you study law and legal systems, it's all about truth. You see, it's just truth, evidence. And some people, they want evidence of something because they're not satisfied by somebody's word. That means you don't trust somebody. And I used to tell people, if they don't believe in gay sex, that it's real, I told them, go and watch porn. It's real. Yes, go and watch gay porn. It is real. If you want evidence that gay people exist, go and watch gay porn. It's there. You don't have to go and look for gay people and see how they have sex live. Sex is a private thing. Yes, it's private. So you don't prove that you are gay by recording yourself if you want to. No. You just say you're gay. Let someone figure out what that means. If they don't understand it, let them go and watch gay porn, because gay porn is truth. It's the truth. Remember Pastor Martin Semper of Uganda? That's what he did. Why did he bring gay porn to the church? He was telling people, in fact, he was promoting. He didn't know. To him, he thought he was exposing homosexuals, but he was telling people the truth. Homosexuals exist. So the porn he showed the people in the church, which was even very interesting. It's a very interesting pastor. The porn he showed them, he was telling them, this is the truth. They exist. So what does that do to someone's mind? That person may even stop hating homosexuals because he'll say, oh my God, they actually do it. But on the other side, they become very homophobic, violent, because they don't want to do that. But I think a homophobe should ask himself, if you are not having that sex, why does it disturb you? You're not having it. So it shouldn't disturb you. Yes. Why are you disturbed by somebody who eats dogs? Yes, somebody likes eating dog meat. You don't like eating dog meat, but you want to kill that person because he eats dog meat. You're mad. You're not eating dog meat. If you don't want to eat dog meat, don't eat. If somebody wants to eat dog meat, let him eat. So if someone is gay and has gay sex, it has got nothing to do with you. That's what they want to do. So anyway, that is what we had to say about, I can talk about that topic inside out forever. But what I'm trying to tell you is the world is LGBTQQIAAP, which means everybody in a country belongs to either of those letters. Some countries may have more lesbians than others. Other countries may have more asexuals than others. Other countries may have more bisexuals than others. Other countries may have more pansexuals than others. It's all of those letters vary in degrees in different countries. Some may have more intersex than others. And I've noticed that. There are some countries I've noticed, they tend to have more intersex. It's weird. Yes. Why? Because of genetics. Why? Because of the food some people eat. Like the countries that have yam eaters, and who eat starchy food, like yams and sweet potatoes, they tend to have many twins. This study was done in Africa by Nigeria and Uganda, countries which they eat a lot of yam and a lot of starchy food, cassava and sweet potatoes. They noticed trend. The people who foods, they tend high proportion of twins in those two African countries. When you go and look at their diet, they don't have yam, they don't have cassava, and they don't have potato. So what does that mean? When you look at population low, it doesn't unit. When you tell people that country, you say that country has a lot of starchy food. That is the decision. Teaching you how to separate data. Two elements of truth are directly proportional. It's directly proportional. More yam eating means more twins. So that means yam eaters have twins. They have a lot of twins. As like the world is Lgbtqqiaap, especially countries have decriminalized or legalized gay marriage, gay sex. The other are also Lgbtqqiaap, but so they are still living in the dualistic system. You see, the dualistic system of man and woman. Now, most science, you see, like the Bible and Quran, original stories of origin, I only talk about a man and a woman. Had those books been written today, they would, because every living thing which you call animals, they reproduce asexually. They don't need a male or female part to reproduce. And you have to understand, sometimes you have to be very philosophical. Body can be philosophical. It's very complicated in the sense that it takes complicated thinking. So most people, they don't like complicated stuff. They like easy life, just easy shortcut of life. Some of us, we are different, and we tend to value complicated things. And complication sense that what I want to say is, like, post a video, that's like you've given birth to a child. There's a process. Why? There's a process. The process is what? Is the timing. When you're doing the video, the time is going. So it's just like a baby in the womb, and it starts from the first month, second month, third month, fourth month, fifth month, sixth month, seventh month, eighth month, ninth month, and the baby is born. Now, when you make a video, the video could last 10 minutes. So first minute, second minute, third minute, fourth minute, fifth minute, sixth minute, seventh minute, eighth minute, video is done. A video has been produced. You see, that's why you call producers, you call the music producers, the video producers. They are just like reproducers, just like but and there are different types of productions. There is sexual production, and there is asexual production. There is sexual reproduction, and there is asexual reproduction. That's why writers are reproducers. They write, and the thoughts are like sperms. And the paper or wherever they're writing is like the womb. I mean, the egg. Yes, when you're very low, it, and I would encourage you. That's why. So, as I conclude, because I have some issues to deal with, that is the world. The spelling of the word world is Lgbtqqiaap. So that every person in the world belongs to either sexual identity. So when you find your identity, take time to study it, take time to know it, and then to make yourself more proficient in understanding the world, study other sexual identities. Don't just say, I'm a transgender and I'm not going to read about anything else. No, go and study what a pansexual is. Go and study what an intersex is. Go and study who is a lesbian. By that, you will be able to understand that people are different. It's like one way to make people understand and to be tolerant in society is to let them learn other cultures. Yes. Like my LGBTQ persons are better in terms of knowledge. Yes. They know heterosexual life. Almost all LGBTQ persons lived in heterosexual families, whereby they were produced from a man and a woman. So they understand heterosexuality, and then they also understand homosexuality because they are homosexual. But a heterosexual person may not, most of them do not understand homosexuality because they only experience the heterosexual life. So this is why most homophobes tend to be heterosexual, because they first of all can't experience it. They don't understand it. They don't know, they can't understand why somebody loves the same sex. They don't understand it. But so what happens when you can't understand it? You need to read it. You see, if you can't experience it, you need to read somebody else's experience. That's why it's very good to watch videos of people who say they are gay or bisexual or transgender or lesbians or intersex, because they are telling you their experience. They are telling you experience. So listen to them. Don't judge them and say this person is bad. No, he's telling you who he is, what he feels in his body, what he loves doing with his body. You see? A heterosexual is not a homosexual, so he cannot understand, he cannot experience the homosexual life. He can't. So what does he do? Since he can't, he reads and he listens to a homosexual, and they tell them, this is my life. That's why it is coming out. Yes, it is to tell people, this is who I am. You see, you come out, and someone who doesn't know a pansexual is going to read what a pansexual is, then they will understand when so basically we are living in a world that is ever learning. We are always learning new things about ourselves and about other people. That's why if you want to build tolerance in religions, you let people study those religions. If you want to build tolerance in, you let people study other races. Yes. Teach people about the white race. If you're a black person, go and read about white people. If you are a white person and you want to read about the black people, why are there differences? Go and read. It's there. And when you see the differences, then you'll understand, okay, wow, that's why we are different. You see? It's a fact. The reason why I'm black skinned is because of melanin. I knew I was black, but I didn't know why I am. I had to read and find out. Somebody did the research and found out that this is why I'm black. But if you'd ask me when I'm 5 years old, why are you black? I wouldn't answer you. I mean, what would I say? But now I understand it's cellular, it's genetic. Yeah. So reading, education is good, knowledge is good. It will make the world a better place, tolerable. When you study what Muslims believe, you will have less Islamophobia. The reasons why there's Islamophobia in Europe is because of lack of knowledge of Islam. And maybe if they know Islam, they know it from the Christian perspective. They have not had Muslims explain to them. You see, that's the problem of religions that don't preach. Muslims don't evangelize. They don't go and have crusades and tell people that become a Muslim, like what Christians do. Even Jews don't proselytize. But the problem of that is people don't know you. They need to hear your experience. Why are you a Muslim? You know, why do you love Islam? Why are you in Judaism? They need to hear you out so that they can know you and 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 understand it from your perspective. You see? So look, that's why Jews, there was a lot of anti-Semitism in Europe for thousands of years. It's because they don't know Jews. Jews don't tell the people who they are. They don't preach to people, please come and be a Jew. That doesn't happen in Judaism. So because of that, people they start questioning, who are these people? They do very weird things. They don't even tell us. You see, Jews lived in ghettos. The ghetto world was a Jewish world. And they liked living together. It's a very typical behavior of Middle Eastern cultures. They love themselves and they stay together. They don't like going out. So these things caused suspicions amongst the nations they lived with, and they even ended up killing them. Yes. So we are supposed to have discussions, diversity. That's why I praise the United Church of Christ. And they are Unitarian. Unitarian, they have all of these, they allow every faith to come in and talk about their lives. Then I also respect United Nations because it is the unity of diverse nations, diverse people, diverse cultures. So you sit down and you study the culture of a different nation. Then you say, oh, this nation does this. Oh my. Okay. What's the reason? So when you do that, you tend to be more tolerant because you understand that person. So that's what education is doing. And that's why I support what is happening in schools when they are giving sexual education. They are teaching children. And if you find a child who is not straight, don't bully him. Don't cane him. Did you see that couple that killed their gay child? Can you imagine killing your own child because he's gay? It's very sad. Why does it happen? It's because of ignorance. So you kill it, you educate people. It's simple. So easy. You know, some things, I even get tired. I just repeat the solutions. I'm always repeating the solutions. Have you ever seen somebody, told somebody what to do to fix a problem? And you tell them this is how you fix it. But they will not fix the problem because the solution is coming from you. And that's the solution. It's education. Nothing else. Teach people. People will be better because humanity gets better with knowledge. A knowledgeable human being is a well-behaved human being. It's a fact because he will know what to do when he's in a certain place. That's why the legal people say knowledge of the law is not ignorance of the law is no defense, because you will not say I didn't know the law said that. Yes, you won't say it because it's there. It's public knowledge. It is you to do due diligence, do your research to know what are the laws of this country where I live in. What are the laws? What do they? What is legal and what is illegal? You know, so that then you will understand that society. When you know the laws of a country, you know the country. When you know the customs of a country. So, as I've finished, I can talk and talk. This is a very nice topic. LGBTQQQQQIAAP is the spelling of the word world. When you hear the world, just know that is the standard. So thank you so much for joining us, and keep it Rex Arthur TV, Rex Arthur Show.